Hello and welcome to Game Objective. I just wanted to make a quick video to talk about the firing of now former Google employee James Damore, because I think this is an event that will have deep ramifications that will affect the entire tech industry, including game companies. So I apologize, there's not going to be much production values here. This is mostly going to be me talking, mostly off script, so bear with me. For those of you who don't know about the situation, I'll briefly sum it up. James Damore was a software engineer with Google, and he wrote a memo which talked about diversity in the workplace and how biologically, on average, men gravitate more towards STEM fields and women do not. And this is part of the reason there is a shortage of women in tech companies. He said that there's very little viewpoint diversity at Google, and people are afraid to offer their opinions. Of course, this caused a furor once the memo leaked, with the authoritarian progressive left calling on the guy to get fired because they think the memo says that women aren't able to code as well as men. Never mind that that's not what the memo actually says at all, but what matters in all things like this is perception. And this guy became a huge target, and the authoritarians loudly called for him to be fired. In response, the VP of Diversity at Google said, quote, "Part of building an open, inclusive environment means fostering a culture in which those with alternative views, including different political views, feel safe sharing their opinions." Well, it appears that another part of building that open, inclusive environment is firing the guy, because that's exactly what they did, saying that he, quote, "crossed the line by advancing harmful gender stereotypes in our workplace." So let that sink in for a minute. The guy wrote a memo saying that Google is an echo chamber that dissuades people from voicing the wrong opinions, and he got fired for it. The chilling thing here, and this is why I'm doing this video, is that the ramifications of this are going to be brutal. To say that Google is a high visibility company is a massive understatement. People are going to look at this event and their behavior will change as a result. How will their behavior change? Well, the message from this firing is loud and clear. You absolutely should be afraid of speaking your, quote, alternative opinions while working for a tech firm, even if that opinion is supported by scientists. This will embolden people calling on companies to fire others for having opinions that are not intersectional or progressive enough for them. People like Brianna Wu, who is running for Congress, called on him to be fired for blatant sexism and racism. And the only thing that the guy said about race was that he believes certain programs shouldn't be available only to certain races. But that doesn't matter, because ever since the political correctness movement of the early 90s, accusations of racism go hand in hand with sexism. It's automatic. If you say something wrong, you are racist, sexist, and, well, you're probably homophobic as well. Full stop, end of discussion, period. That's it. So, now with this firing, we are going to have more of that. We're going to have more people calling on others to be fired if they say anything remotely unacceptable to the cult of social justice. As a result, people aren't going to want to speak up, at least publicly. People are going to speak their opinions, though. That's human nature. And if you seek to suppress their opinions by firing those who think differently, then they're going to find other ways to be heard. Their opinions may even grow stronger because people are trying to silence them rather than reason with them. And they may become radical, or perhaps they may become more radical. And of course, there's going to be a backlash. The thing about rules is they have to be universally applied. So when the authoritarian left calls on people to be fired for having an opinion that runs counter to their beliefs, then you know people on the right are going to work on getting someone fired for voicing progressive opinions. And now Google is stuck. They can't show preferential treatment. So not only are they silencing people who agree with James Damore's opinions, they're silencing everyone who works for the company who has an opinion. That doesn't seem like progress to me. Those are my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Please support my work on Patreon if you're able to donate $1 a month for reasonable journalism. And remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. This has been Brad Glasgow with Game Objective. Thanks for watching.